Welcome back to the Title Deed Desk. In episode 1, we settled the basics. The register is the truth. The deed follows the register. Today is episode 2. And this one is about a single moment in an off-plan purchase. The moment your OCUD becomes a title deed. The usual reminder: this is general educational content, not legal advice. Off-plan situations vary a great deal by project and developer, so confirm your own position against your sale agreement. Here is the framing. When you buy off-plan in Dubai, you do not get a title deed at first. The property does not exist yet, so you cannot be registered as the owner of a finished thing. Instead, you're registered in an interim register. That registration is the OQOOD. It is real. It protects your position. But it is not the final deed. The title deed comes later when the building is built and handed over. This episode is about that handover and the document change that sits inside it. 1. What the OQUD is. The OQUD is your entry in the interim real estate register. It exists because of the law that governs off-plan sales in Dubai. That law created a register specifically for property that is still under development. When you sign for an off-plan unit and it is registered, your purchase is recorded there. The OQUD records that you have bought a defined unit in a defined project from a defined developer. It is your proof of position during construction. It is what stands behind you if the project runs into trouble. So the OQUD is not a lesser thing. It is the right document for the stage you are at. It is simply not the document for the stage that comes next. 2. What changes at handover. When the project completes, the property becomes real. It can now be registered as a finished unit owned by you. At that point, the interim record converts. The OQUD gives way to a title deed. This is the first time your name appears on a full Dubai title deed for that property. It is, in the language of this series, the first deed event in the life of that unit. Everything we discuss in later episodes, corrections, name changes, replacements, happens to the deed that is issued here. So getting this issuance clean matters. An error introduced at first issuance is an error you will be correcting later. 3. What has to be true before it can happen? A few things must line up before the title deed can issue. The developer must have completed the project and obtained the relevant completion approvals. The unit must be ready to be registered as a finished property. Your payments under the sale agreement must be settled to the point the developer and the land department require. Any developer side clearance must be in place, and the registration fees and charges for issuing the deed must be paid. When those conditions are met, the conversion can be processed. When they are not, the deed waits. Most handover delays that look like paperwork delays are really one of these conditions not yet being true. 4. Where it happens. The conversion is a land department act. In practice, it is processed through the department's channels and, where applicable, a registration trustee office. The trustee office is an authorized service center that handles designated registration transactions. You can read what a trustee office is and does at trusteecenter.ae. For our purposes, the point is simple. This is a formal registration step, not a developer favor. The developer's job is to clear their side and submit what is required. The issuance itself is the department recording you as the registered owner of a now existing property and printing the deed that proves it. 5. What to check on the new deed. When the title deed issues, read it before you file it away. Check your name, letter for letter, against your passport. Check the unit number. Check the area. Check that the share is what you expect. If you bought alone, you should be the sole owner. If you bought jointly, the shares should match your agreement. This 5-minute read is the cheapest insurance in the whole process, because the moment something is wrong here, you have moved from this episode into a later one. A correction. And corrections, while routine, are an extra step you would rather not need. If something looks wrong, do not sign off and walk away. Raise it while the issuance is fresh. A note on who does this. At handover, the developer drives most of the process. You may also see brokers or agents offering to handle the registration for a fee up, being clear about what you are paying for. The registration itself is a defined land department act with defined fees. A helper can save you time. A helper cannot change what the step is or what it costs the department. So if you engage one, engage them for time saved, not for access you could not otherwise get. If you want that filing handled cleanly and at a fixed, stated fee, that is what TitleDeed.ae exists to do. In the next episode, the situation more owners hit than expect to. A lost or damaged title deed and how it is replaced. This was the Title Deed Desk.